You've seen this port on your phone, your laptop, your earbuds, even your Nintendo Switch. But here's the wild part. Most people have no idea what USB-C actually is, and that confusion is costing them money and sanity every single day. Let me ask you something. Have you ever bought a USB-C cable, brought it home, plugged it in, and then nothing? Or maybe it charges your phone but won't connect to your monitor. You're not losing your mind. There's a reason for that, and once you understand it, you'll never waste money on the wrong cable again. So what exactly is USB-C? Let's strip away the tech jargon. USB-C is just the name of the shape of the connector, that small, oval port with rounded edges. That's it. It's not a speed rating, not a feature list, just the physical design of the plug. Think of it like saying barrel jack or headphone jack. You're only describing what it looks like, not what it can do. Now, to understand why USB-C is everywhere, you need to know where it came from. Cast your mind back to the USB family tree. You've got USB-A, that big rectangular port that's been on every computer since the late 90s, the one you always plug in upside down twice before it works. Then came mini USB and micro USB, those smaller trapezoid-shaped connectors that powered everything from old Android phones to Bluetooth speakers. And of course, Apple had Lightning, their proprietary connector that only worked with iPhones and iPads. Each one had the same annoying problem. They only went in one way. Flip it, curse, flip it again, finally it works. USB-C fixed that. It's reversible. There's no up or down, no wrong way to plug it in. Sounds simple, but that one change is a bigger deal than you think. Here's where it gets interesting. USB-C isn't just a better shape, it's a superpower connector that can do three massive things at once, and this is why it took over the entire tech world. First, data transfer. You can move files from your phone to your laptop, connect an external hard drive, plug in a mouse or keyboard, all through that same little port. Second, power delivery. This is huge. USB-C can charge your phone, sure, but it can also charge your laptop, your tablet, even power-hungry devices like monitors and docking stations. Some USB-C cables can push 100 watts or more, which is wild when you think about it. That's enough to run a MacBook Pro at full tilt. And here's the third thing most people don't realize. USB-C can carry video signals. That means you can plug one single cable from your laptop into a monitor and get a 4K picture. No extra adapters, no second power brick. One cable, data, power, and video. It's like a Swiss Army knife for connectivity. But wait, if USB-C is so perfect, why did it take years to actually take over? Because the tech world was an absolute mess, and there was a villain in this story, cable chaos. Picture this, it's 2015. You've got a drawer full of chargers. Your iPhone uses Lightning, your Android phone uses micro USB, your old Kindle uses a different micro USB variant, your laptop has a chunky barrel charger, your camera has yet another proprietary port. You're traveling and you need to pack 5 different cables just to keep your stuff alive. It was madness. Every company wanted their own standard because proprietary connectors meant proprietary accessories, and that meant money. But then the industry hit a tipping point. Manufacturers realized that USB-C could unify everything, and suddenly the economics flipped. Instead of every company making their own chargers, they could all use the same parts, the same factories, the same supply chains. Cheaper for them, simpler for us. Win-win. And here's the kicker. Governments got involved. The European Union started pushing for a common charging standard to cut down on electronic waste. Apple fought it for years, but eventually even they caved. The iPhone 15, released in 2023, finally ditched Lightning for USB-C. That was the moment USB-C officially won. So now it's everywhere, right? Your earbuds, your phone, your laptop, your Nintendo Switch, even your electric toothbrush. One port to rule them all. Problem solved. Except not quite, and this is the part that's going to save you so much frustration. Here's the big reveal, the thing that trips everyone up. USB-C is just the shape of the connector. It doesn't tell you anything about what that cable can actually do. Let me say that again because it's critical. Two USB-C cables can look identical. Same plug, same color, same length, but one might charge your laptop and transfer 4K video, while the other can barely charge your phone and does nothing else. They're not the same cable, not even close. Why does this happen? Because USB-C is just the connector. The actual capabilities, the speed, the power, the features depend on what's inside the cable and what standards it supports. Some cables are wired for USB 2.0 speeds, which is ancient and slow. Others support USB 3.2 or USB 4, which are lightning fast. Some support USB PD, that's USB PD for short, which is the standard that lets cables carry high wattage to charge laptops. Some cables support video signals through a protocol called DisplayPort. Some are certified for Thunderbolt, which is like USB-C on steroids. Crazy fast data, high power, dual 4K monitors, the works. But here's the problem. They all look the same. There's no color code, no universal label, no easy way to tell just by looking. It's like buying a car where every model looks identical on the outside, but one has a lawnmower engine and the other has a V8. You wouldn't know until you tried to drive it. This is the hidden catch, and it's why people get so confused and frustrated. You buy a USB-C cable on Amazon for $5, plug it into your laptop and monitor, and nothing. Or it works for a week, then fries. Or it charges your phone but won't transfer files. You start wondering if your devices are broken, but the real culprit is the cable itself. So how do you avoid this nightmare? I'm going to give you 3 simple rules, no jargon, no overthinking, that will make buying and using USB-C cables incredibly easy. Rule 1. If you're charging a laptop or anything power-hungry, make sure the cable says USB PD or lists a wattage. USB power delivery is the standard that allows cables to carry more than the basic 15 watts. If you've got a laptop that needs 65 watts or 100 watts, you need a cable that explicitly supports that. Don't assume. Check the specs or the packaging. If it doesn't mention power delivery or wattage, it's probably a cheap charge-only cable that'll barely keep your phone alive. Rule 2. If you want to connect a laptop to a monitor, look for DisplayPort or Thunderbolt on the cable. Not all USB-C cables can carry video. If you want that sweet one-cable setup, power, data, and a 4K picture, you need a cable that specifically supports video signals. Thunderbolt cables will always do this, but they're more expensive. DisplayPort alt mode cables are a solid middle ground. Just don't grab a random USB-C cable and expect it to magically work with your monitor. Rule 3. Avoid no-name charge-only cables unless you literally just need to charge. Some cables are deliberately stripped down. They'll charge your phone but do nothing else. No data, no video, nothing. They're cheaper to make, so sketchy brands pump them out. If the listing says charge only, or if it's suspiciously cheap and doesn't list any standards, skip it. You'll regret it the moment you need to transfer a file. Let me give you one analogy to tie this all together, and then we're done. Think of USB-C like a multi-tool. You know those pocket knives with a blade, a screwdriver, a bottle opener, scissors? USB-C is the handle. It's the same shape, the same grip, but what's inside the tool depends on the model you bought. Some multi-tools have 20 features, some have 3. They all look the same when they're closed, but when you need to open a bottle and yours doesn't have an opener, you're out of luck. USB-C cables work the same way. Same connector, wildly different capabilities. So, let's recap. USB-C is the reversible, oval-shaped connector that's taken over the tech world because it can handle data, power, and video all in one port. It replaced the chaos of Lightning, micro USB, and a million proprietary chargers because it's simpler, cheaper, and backed by both industry and regulation. But, and this is the crucial part, just because a cable has a USB-C plug doesn't mean it can do everything. The real magic is in the standards it supports. USB PD for power, DisplayPort or Thunderbolt for video, and higher USB versions for fast data. Why will USB-C stick around? Because we finally hit critical mass. Apple is on board, governments are mandating it, accessories are everywhere. The chaos is over and the infrastructure is too big to tear down now. You'll be using USB-C for the next decade, maybe longer. But only if you buy the right cables. So, here's my question for you. What's the most confusing USB-C problem you've had? Was it a cable that didn't work? A charger that fried your phone? A monitor connection that made no sense? Drop it in the comments. I read them all, and I guarantee someone else had the same issue. If this cleared things up, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech breakdowns that actually make sense. And remember, USB-C is just the shape. Everything else, that's what you need to read the fine print for.